I'm Oscar. Hi. Hi. I mean, we're all friendly here. You guys can all call me Oscar. Or if you get real comfortable, you can be like Oscar Antonio Rivera de la Vázquez Jr. But don't, because it's going to be embarrassing for one of us, me. I'm going to show you a picture real quick of my wife. I have it, don't worry. Oh no, that's my family. There it is. Check it out. So this is Cecilia and Antonio and my beautiful wife Pam and that beautiful, beautiful hunk of a man. That's me. My family is absolutely amazing. Like every speaker is going to come up here and talk about their family. They're going to have an amazing story to say about their family. But I just want to let you guys know a little bit more about my family. These guys right here, they're cute. But before this family actually came to be, there was my family. We were like the Puerto Rican Brady Bunch. I tell you right now, we were all sorts of a hot mess. But let me show you a picture of them. Now, they would kill me if I actually told you who they were. You know what I mean? Like, if this goes on YouTube and they're like, you said our names? Like, I'm going to get jumped. So in no particular order, Marvin, Liz, Elvis, Miriam. There you go. Well, y'all ain't going to do nothing. Y'all can't beat me. I have two younger sisters, and you know I love them. And you guys know I love you because I done put some pictures of us in the nasty Sunday suits that we used to rock. But my other two sisters are Jessica and Brenda. But I want to draw your attention to the little guy. This guy. That little guy right there. That little guy could care less about what or who was taking the picture. All that little guy wanted was that. We don't know what that is. I've tried looking. I've used the magnifying. I'm assuming it's food because that little guy is me, right? That little guy was just curious. It's like, can I put that in my mouth? Can I eat that? Can that go in my belly? You know, and everyone else is just kind of wilding out about that thing. I was considered like the Curious George of my family. You know what I mean? So my mom told me that like when I was younger, she put bells on my little sneakers, my little booties, right? She tied bells onto my booties so that she can know where I was at all times because I was a curious little kid. I just wanted to get in everything and know what everything did. So she said it was simple. Well, I can have people over and all I heard was ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling, ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling. And when the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-ling stopped, something was happening. So she listened for the silence. She didn't care about the ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling. She waited for that moment where it just stopped. I learned some valuable lessons. One, that I love Curious George because he is me. But because he is me, why is that not on TV? I've learned some very valuable lessons in my life about my curiosity. Lesson number 1, or fact number 3. When lighting a garbage can on fire, do not try to put out said fire with dried spaghetti, because that too will light on fire. The second thing I learned, when this garbage can is on fire and it slowly starts to melt and your kitchen is now officially on fire and you pick up your phone and decide to call the fire department, do not end the conversation with, please don't tell my mother, because they will. That day, I've never, ever in my life received such a chancla beatdown like I did when I set our kitchen on fire because I just wanted to see things burn. No, I need help. The number one thing that I've learned about my curiosity is when God asks me to follow and I decide to, that the results are absolutely amazing. That when God sets forth an invitation, that there's absolutely no reason for me to not drop everything and follow, because things can't possibly go wrong. Let me explain something first. I'm going to quote somebody that you guys didn't think I would quote. Myself, amen. Albert Einstein said, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has a reason. Curiosity in and of itself has a reason within existence. One cannot help but to be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. I want to explain two different curiosities, though. Because there's two. There's a holy curiosity, what's going on, and an unholy curiosity. And I can go ahead and break it down using two biblical characters, Moses and David. They both saw something hot, but only one of them got burnt. Y'all need to brush up on that Bible. You hear me? Let's talk about what I'm talking about. Moses saw a burning bush, and he went towards the burning bush. He was curious about what it was. And he went towards this fire, and he didn't get burnt. But yet he got a call to do something great, and he followed. David saw something hot too. Her name was Bathsheba. Now, homeboy was mad curious about that. See, that's that unholy curiosity, because he got burnt. So what we want to talk about today, what I want to propose to you, is to unlock that unholy curiosity. Do not unlock the unholy curiosity. That's going to get you locked up. It's to genuinely go ahead and dive into that holy curiosity. The why you are here. The why am I sitting here right now? See, a lot of you may have a story as to why you're here. A lot of you may have a simple story. Someone made me come. Some of you who've been here before, just like, man, it was lit last year, and I just wanted to be a part of something like that, you know? Some of you have absolutely no idea. You just got on the wrong bus. You're still trying to text your parents to come get you. I don't even know where I am right now. I was just snapping, and before I knew it, I was on the bus. But there's a part of us that is very similar to the story of the disciples, you know? So, like, I'm kind of a nerd, and when I have an opportunity to write a talk down, I, like, do graphs and stuff. I do, like, a Venn diagram. Anybody a fan of Venn diagrams? This guy, love them, all right? All right, so I was sitting there, and I was putting together this Venn diagram about, like, what are the similarities of, like, disciples and today's modern youth, right? And that one thing that came and intersected every single time, because I took some of the stories and I just put them together, and then I took some of the youth that I work with and I put some of their stories together, and the one thing that intersected every single time was that both of y'all are curious. Both of y'all have this sense of, like, I just want to know. I want a sense of certainty. I want something there, but I just don't know what it is, and I don't know how to seek it, and I don't know how to find it, but like you want to just get closer to it. Like the moth to the electric shock light, you know? Man, that thing's bright, man. I should probably not go, you know? But you just keep doing it. There's part of you that just, we're curious. We want to know what's up. We want to know what's up in our lives. Remember, I was the guy with the ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling. And as a kid, I guess I got sick a lot. And my kids are following right in line with daddy. I'm hoping they're going to have some baller immune systems, you know what I mean? Like they can lick the ground and not get sick when they're teens, you know? I got it from my daddy. But apparently I got sick a lot, and my mom, God bless her, man, but she had the very Latina mindset on curing sickness, you know? And it was Vicks Vapor Rub. And, right? When I watched the movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and the guy is spraying Windex, I'm like, oh, I know, Vicks. Yeah, we have one of those too. So my mom would I'd be lathered in Vicks, man. I'm feet, chest, back, face. She'd put some in my ear because I wasn't listening to her. She'd think that'd cure. I had Vicks everywhere, man. I was a walking advertisement for Vicks Vapor Rub. I had this very serious cough when I was younger, and she decided, man, she took this scalding hot, boiling pot of water that she just emptied a whole thing of Vicks into. Before vaporizers or whatever, I see them at like the pharmacy, and I'm like, you took that from my mom. Because my mom, she invented that. She should have patented it. So she took this giant pot of boiling. It must have been boiling all day. Because the way that this thing was, it was like genuinely like lava with Vicks in it, you know? And she's like, listen, I need you to just go to sleep and breathe in the fumes. I don't know about you, but I never listened to the first part of what my mom ever said. I just always heard the end part. Breathe in the fumes. So when she closed the door, and I was supposed to be doing the first part of her instructions, I decided to follow the second part of her instructions, right? But mom had this inner ear thing where she just heard the bells going ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling. So as soon as I got off my bed, no matter how ninja it was, she knew. You know? So I crept out of my bed and I grabbed this boiling hot pot. I'm like, you know, and I pulled it out so I can breathe in the fumes. And she's like, Oscar? And I'm like, yeah! You know, I'm trying to act like I'm snoring, but it's snot just came out. It was awkward, you know? And I crawled into bed, and then she came in, and she goes, are you in bed? I go, yes. Duh. She closes the door, and she leaves, and then I decide to get out of the bed. See, the problem was that I never pushed the boiling pot back under the bed. You know where this is going. So I stepped out of my bed, and before that whole, the floor is lava, I stepped in lava. I stepped in lava. I stepped in Vicks lava, okay? There's like Pompeii, okay? And then there was the Vicks volcano. I just stepped in lava. And it was like scalding hot, and like I'm literally like, it is hot, so I scream out bloody murder, and my mom comes in, and my mom like, dude, she loves me. She does, okay? But at that moment, her love was tough, right? Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, my feet, they on fire, they're burning. Yo te dije, you know? Like, I already told you. Before there was this inner city hood removing of the loop earrings, there was my mom with the hand motion, yo te dije. I went to bed that night with burnt feet and with the vapor rub smell and burnt flesh. There is this curiosity about life that we all have that's intrinsic. It's just inside of us. It's inside of us because we're genuinely always looking to fulfill that need a little bit more. We're always genuinely looking to fulfill what it is that we feel we are missing. And our curiosity starts to transcend, or no, it doesn't. It actually just, it goes in the wrong direction. It goes from a holy place to an unholy place. We try to fill our hearts and our lives with all this crap that just doesn't work. It doesn't fulfill us. You guys know this to be true. Because if I were to poll you all and ask you how much of you genuinely experience joy, I would venture to say that the hands would be very scarce. I bet that a lot of us, sometimes when we watch movies, right, and we see the perfect family on TV and they're having a very joyful experience, that some of us get an emotional reaction in our hearts because part of us is like, I'm curious as to how that is, how that feels. I'm curious as to what it means for a dad to come into the door and hold his son or hold his daughter and look him in the eye and be like, it's all right, I love you, you know? Or having a loving mom, or having brothers and sisters that have your back. And we get an emotional reaction to this stuff because we long for it. There's a lot of us here who are really genuinely struggling to seek or feel or receive joy. Man, I'm speaking from a place of this real vulnerability of even in my life, man, God has blessed me immensely. A great job in ministry, a beautiful wife, awesome kids. And yet in my life, there's still this what is it that I'm missing? What is it that I can potentially, what is it? Why do I keep grabbing things that are tangible, that are not giving me anything, but yet the one thing that I feel I can't touch is God, and He's willing to give me everything? What is it? We're constantly fulfilling this void with something. And I want to let you know, as unique as you are, say it, I am unique. As unique as you are, the problem has been the same forever. Is individuals who have everything that are willing to give everything away to seek the one thing that they think they need. And they can't even answer what that is. So as unique as you are, the problem that you're facing today has been throughout the history of humanity. And it dates back to Adam and Eve. They were given paradise, they were given everything, but yet there was that question in their mind, but what if there's more? There was no more. You got the more. You lived in the more. How much more can you possibly get than what you have? And Satan came in and he just kind of confused everything, and they fell for it. St. Augustine, this dude, blows my mind because he is as real as they come. St. Augustine wrote a book called Confessions of St. Augustine. You thought you had a bad confession. Homeboy wrote a book about his confession. And that thing is beast. Chapter 72. How many sins did you commit? This dude in his confessions admitted to sinning just to sin. He didn't even desire the things that he was doing. He just knew that he was free to do it. So he did. He was talking about a peach tree. He didn't even like peaches. But he was stealing peaches from a peach tree. Just walking around, today, I don't know what I want, but I can steal a peach. And he, in his absolute sinfulness, comes to this realization. He finally answers this invitation that God has set before him since he was born to be his, to be God, to be and belong to God. And he says that our hearts are restless until they rest in God. And I would venture to say that a lot of us are walking around restless. We're trying to figure out, why is it that we're just so unsettled? I have a girlfriend who loves me, but I have a mom who loves me, but I have a dad who supports me, but I have great friends, but it's like you're perpetually living in that anxiety of that something greater is going to come. But that greatness is here. That greatness is right here. That greatness is actually reaching out to you. The picture of Michelangelo, the picture that Michelangelo, not the Ninja Turtle, the actual artist, okay, the creation, Adam and God the Father. You guys, right? You guys think it's this E.T. moment where they're just finger to finger, phone home. But what you don't see in the picture is that although Adam is kind of reluctantly like reaching out, he's just so ashamed. He doesn't think that he can actually touch the greatness of God. Newsflash, bro, you ruined it. But God is like reaching down, man. Like reaching, giving his all. And all he's asking in return is that you reach back up. Just reach up, bro. Just reach up. A lot of us don't want to. In fact, this whole theme is about this elevation, right? To be elevated. No one in the history of humanity wakes up and goes, man, I want to be the crappy version of me today. How can I accomplish this? Hey, do you want to upgrade your phone? Nah, I want to downgrade it actually. You think Verizon still has the iPhone? The iPhone? No one tries out for a team and goes, hey, today I just don't want to start, Hey, coach, can I play the bench today? No? Oh, you want me to play? I don't know. No one in the history of humanity wakes up like that. We all wake up and we want to be a better version of ourselves. That's why we wake up and we want to get the freshest threads. We want to make sure that we look good where we go, right? Because if we look good, we feel like we've just upgraded ourselves. That's why for about 40% of the gentlemen here, we actually brush our teeth and put on deodorant. Right? I mean, it's true. And I know it's only 40% because there's something happening up here with the smell thing, and it's not. But there's a lot of us that we want a better version of who we are. And I'm telling you that it is possible tonight. It's possible right now. It's possible. I don't know if you guys are holding off for tomorrow night. I don't know if rumors been going around that, the Steubenville conference, man, that thing is on fire. But Saturday night, nah. Saturday night is not even here. You know what is? Right now. Why wouldn't we want to upgrade ourselves right now? Listen, the Lord is telling you, I want to elevate you. I want to bring you up. And he does that so much so that he came down. The only person in humanity that comes and downgrades himself so that you can be upgraded. The only person that would do it, because there's not one other person that will. There's this moment in your life where you're stuck between this crossroads and saying, but do I turn left or do I turn right? Do I turn left or do I turn right? And for some reason, you're blind to the fact that maybe you shouldn't turn anywhere. Why don't you just keep going north, man? Just move straight. The Lord came down in perfection of heaven to enter our imperfect world. In the Gospel of John, it was John the Baptist who looked at his own disciples, the people that were following him, and when John the Baptist saw Jesus, he said, "Behold, the Lamb of God." But yet when they went to bed that night, the disciples went to bed and they were still with John the Baptist. He woke up that morning and noticed that his disciples were still with him. In the scriptures and John, it says it explicitly. Like, John says again, "Behold the Lamb of God." He's basically saying, like, what are y'all still doing here? Jesus is here. Why are you still waiting? Listen, the people that are going to present, man, we're just John the Baptist trying to point the way. Wall is here to point the way. Brian is here to point the way. Leah, Sarah, myself, we're here to just point the way. We are nothing without who he is. Don't follow us. I mean, you follow us on social media, that's great. Send me a heart. Send me a like. I don't care, that's great. But at the end of the day, if your heart doesn't belong to him, then I don't want your favorite heart. I don't want you to favorite a picture. If in the morning you woke up and the first thing you do is, man, that Oscar, man, he's funny, yo, I'm going to like this. Forget that. I'm not here for that. I'm here for him. Your first action in the morning should be like, yo, let me give him my heart. Amen? Well, I was at a Steubenville conference too, guys. Back in 1995, I was at a Steubenville conference. And my heart was all sorts of locked up. My heart had all sorts of walls. My heart was all sorts of fortified. It was fortified because I had this unholy curiosity that led me away from my Lord. But you know what I started to learn in my life is something simple. Is that I need God to come down and actually take this life, man. And you guys are here. No one knows why you're here. Nobody knows. It doesn't even say it on your application for registration. Why are you coming? We don't know why you're sitting where you're sitting right now, but chances are maybe your hearts are they're already fortified, man, and they're already chiseled, and they're already just concrete. And maybe the Lord is setting out an invitation for you right now, today, right now. Not tomorrow, right now. An invitation that he has put before your lap that has your name on it. And all he wants you to do is be curious enough to open up that invitation and see what it says. Because maybe if you open it, it's going to read something like, today I make all things new. Today. The invitation doesn't read tomorrow. The invitation reads today. So I want to lead you guys in a prayer. That today be that moment. So I know you've already closed your eyes. Bro, don't make me close my eyes. I'm going to make you close your eyes. Why? Because when you do that, then you're not worried about who's next to you. And I mean it. And I want you to envision this actual invitation on your lap with your name on it, personally, your name. And I want you to envision opening up this invitation. And maybe you're hesitant, right? This is my prayer for you right now. Maybe you're hesitant. Maybe you don't want to pull it out. And you're like, whatever. Last time I got an invitation like this, it was a rejection letter, God. No, it's not. And it never was. But maybe this is the one that's saying, today I make all things new. I want you to pull it out. Envision pulling it out. And to every invitation, as you read this invitation, you pull it out and it says, today I make all things new. To every invitation comes a response. A wedding invitation, we want you to RSVP. What does your RSVP read? Yes or no? And if it's yes, I need you in your heart of hearts to take this next song super serious. And I need you to actually take if this is going to be your yes tonight, if your response to that invitation is a yes tonight, not tomorrow night. Gosh, I can't wait to see the celebration of joy that tomorrow is going to bring. But right now in this moment, if your invitation is open and you're responding yes tonight, then I need you to respond with your heart. Take my life. Take it. And I promise you that tonight you'll experience a joy that you've never experienced in your life. I promise you.